Hey you guys, and I promise to make a part 2 to this video of me playing Bull Kid 2, this indie game that I purchased on my Atari VCS, on the Atari VCS store. So here we go. This is part 2, and this is going to be the last video. I wanted to play this level like I promised. Oh yeah. Someone commented me, and someone commented me on YouTube. While I was playing Bull Kid, this game on Friday, I made a part 1 to this game. Oh yeah, this is zombie lane that I promised I was gonna play. Oh yeah, someone commented me saying that, he said this game is not innovative and it's not inceptional at all. Well, it is to me. I do think that this game is exceptional, and this game is very innovative to me. And even though it's a clone to like other platform games, I don't mind this being a clone to like other platforming games. Yeah, I really don't mind that at all, to be honest. To like other with certain 2D platforming games, of course. Yeah, I don't mind that at all, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, I do have a learning disability, so I don't know if I can announce this person's name. I think his name is albo America. Yeah, he just made a video about me just now today. Talking about me, labeling me as a creep, and he also been doing the same thing to me on Twitter, calling me a creep. And all because I have crutches on certain people, and I just specifically told him like a million times that it's okay to have crushes on. And that's totally normal, that's natural, but I just don't like being labeled as a creep. But some of us do get labeled as creepy or creep and stuff, and I don't really like that at all. And he hurts my feelings, and he just said he don't really care. And he was also being mean to my good friend Ballistic Hockey Boy as well. He also talked about the Atari creep as well, which is yeah. He was just saying he was just being really mean, though. I feel like, and that's the thing. I think it's okay for us to have like different opinions. I think it's okay for us to have like different opinions. And different point of view, perspective, and perception on things. Just like I even mentioned this in my part 1 video. It's okay for us to have a different truth, and it's okay for us to have free will. It's just some people want to have crushes on certain folks, and I even said hello to certain people that I have crushes on. Let some of them know. I don't see anything creepy about that. And I'm just being myself. I don't want to be someone that I'm not, and that's why I say hi to certain folks that have a crush on. Let them know I have a crush on certain folks, And I think there's nothing wrong with it. And I always get labeled as like the bad guy every time you know. And I didn't even do nothing wrong, and I always get labeled as the bad guy. Uh-oh. Yeah. I get labeled as a like creep or yeah. Yeah, he was making a video about me. And I knew this was gonna happen because, and that's the thing. And I tried to explain him on Twitter that I'm just being myself. If I have crushes on certain people, if I let them know I have a crush on someone, I'm not the only one that does that. He just continues to be mean though, but. And the reason why I threatened to block him though, because he just continues to be mean to me, labeling me as a creep, and I don't really appreciate that. That's why. And he called me a coward though, but I'm not, yeah, but I mean, it is what it is though. It is what it is. Am I surprised? No, not really, because well, that's how well, that's how some people, and that's how some people treat me anyway. They don't. I don't know how I'm gonna get up there. Yeah, I'm having trouble get up with you. And he was also being mean to Ballistic Hockey Boy, which is my good friend. Who else? It's hard for me to get up there. I don't know how I'm gonna get up there. I mean, and at this point, I just think it's just best to ignore Albo and Mel because he's. I'm not gonna lie, he just keeps continuously to hurt my feelings, but I think it's just best to just ignore him at this point because you're always gonna run into people that are gonna be mean to you no matter what, you know. You're always gonna have those haters though, you know, and that's okay. It is what it is though. Am I surprised? No, not really. And that he would make a video about me. Just told him, This level is hard. I'm trying to. Yeah, after I just told him, yeah. The reason why I said I was gonna block him, I threatened him because he started it first. He started to label me as a creep though, but he said you don't say nothing about it. But now he wants to but he said, and now he wants to expose me as being a creep. At this point, I don't really care anymore. You have to do what you have to do, you know. If that's what you want to do, fine. But that's the thing, and I just feel like I haven't done anything wrong though. Yeah, I haven't done anything wrong, that's the thing. I'm just doing it, just being myself. You know, I'm not the only one that has crushes on crushes on some certain people. I'm not the only one, so. So it's just kind of funny to me that I get labeled as a creep, but like when someone else does, it's okay. But problem is, with some of us do it, it's not okay. How is that fair? It's not. See what I mean? I'm just being myself, and it's okay for us to be different. That's what makes us unique. But just like they say, you're always gonna have haters, though. Haters gonna hate, though. But and that's the thing. If he continues to make more and more videos about me, then it is what it is, though. Yeah. I think Auto America. Yeah. He made a video about me, though. Yes, he has. But it is what it is, though. But I'm not gonna say the word though. But he called me I'll just spell. I'm not gonna say it, but he called me. I'll spell it BITCH. Yeah. Well, that's what he called me though. Am I surprised? No, not really. I mean, some of us do also get labeled as cowards as well. Well, that's what he think is me as well. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I did get triggered when he called me. When he called me names, like he labeled me as a creep. It is really offensive, though. That's the thing. You don't really care that he hurt my feelings, though. That's the thing. I don't even think I did anything wrong. After I told him I have crushes on certain people, and I get labeled as a creep for that, and then letting certain people have crushes on them. No, they have a crush on them. I think there is nothing wrong with that. Oh yeah, there are some. I mean, I don't think he's the only. He's not the only one that and that's called me a creep and creepy. There are some, and there are also some people that also think I'm creepy for just for having I'm crushes on certain people. I've also been labeled as creepy by certain folks too. I don't think Albo is the only one that called me that though. Yes, yes. That's the thing. Some of us are, and are always gonna run into those type of people. Oh yeah, and he also labeled me as a troll as well. I'm not even a troll. Like I just told him that we have to be open-minded and respect everyone's free will. I did DM him about that too. You know, and he was he was also talking about my hair that he was also trying to threaten me too and saying I need a haircut, you know, something like that. And I'm not gonna lie, but I did kind of got and upset what he said, because what he did say was pretty offensive though. He called me a creep, and I told him to be nice though, like, and there's no reason, because I try to explain to him I have a crush on certain people, like, I don't see nothing wrong with that, like, and there are some people that also call me a creep too. I get labeled that too. You know, I'm not the only one that gets labeled as being creep or creepy, but and all I'm just doing is just being I'm just being my real true self. But that's the thing. But there'll be some people that and that will accept you for who you are, and there'll be some certain people that won't, and that's okay. It is what it is, though. Well, just like but just like some people say, well, you can't please everybody, which is so true. You really can't. You just cannot please everybody. And did I do anything wrong? Of course not. I didn't do nothing wrong. Am I surprised that he made a video about me? No. I kind of see this coming because, and after I told him I just told him to please to be, to always be respectful, be open-minded, and respect everyone's free will. If some people choose to have crushes on like some people, and yes, I do tell. Some people have crushes, just like I said, and I get labeled as a creep after that. Like, really, just for having crushes on certain people and letting certain people know? How is that being creepy? It's not, though. I think there's nothing wrong with that at all. This is why I said I feel like I didn't do nothing wrong. I get labeled as a creep. But it is what it is, though. Well, just like most say, you can't please everybody, which is so true. You cannot please everyone. I'm not a bad person at all, though, but I do get treated. And that's the thing. We just live in a cruel world, and that's why I think. Oh, yeah, that's why I think it is. We just live in a cruel world. You're always gonna have haters no matter what. You're gonna have some people that love you. You're gonna have some people that hate you. You're gonna have some people that will not accept you for who you are. It's just for you being your real true self. And there'll be certain people that will accept you for who you are and for being your true self. And he talked about my hair too, that he said I need a haircut. He was just blasting me, like, constantly. he was basically talking. He just continues to just talk down on me. I'm like, yeah. At this point, I just think it's just best to just ignore him, though. I did watch this new video that he made today. I'm like, are you serious? I did seen this coming, though, so I'm not really surprised. I still don't think I did anything wrong, though. Oh yeah, and this level on Bullkit 2, it looks similar. It looks similar to that Animaniacs level by this enemy right here that is hitting me right now. I think it's a vampire type of character. Yeah. This purple character with the cape. Yeah, I'm talking about. It reminds me of a character from like the Animaniacs, the video game. It's similar to that character that I played on. On this. And this level, and also it reminds me of the hunting level when the Animaniacs went into the hunter house and everything. And this level reminds me of that level, basically. I mean that in a good way, though. And I love that level. Yeah. Basically, he was just roasting me. Albo America, and that's his YouTube channel now. That's his YouTube channel name. I'm just having trouble pronouncing it though, but he was constantly roasting me, and also my friend, my good friend, Ballistic Hockey Boy, and who else? Yeah, he was basically roasting me, and who else did he roast? I know he's talking about the atari creep. He was talking about him too, which he was also being like very and very disrespectful too. But it is what it is towards him too, and also, I mean. Who else he was being disrespectful to? To my friend Ballistic Hockey. That's the thing. I did explain to him on Twitter that it's okay for us to have different opinions, and that's the reason why I got mad at him, because he started it first by calling me a creep, and all because I have pressures on certain people, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. He started to be mean to me first, and of course, if you be mean to me first, of course I'm gonna. And of course, I'm standing up for myself, and that's all I was doing. I was just standing up for myself, and I have every right to do so. So of course I said I'm gonna block him if he keeps being disrespectful towards me and not really respecting my wishes, then yes, I did. I told him I'm gonna unfollow, which I actually did. I did unfollow him because I didn't block him. At least I don't know if I will or not, but that's the thing. But if he takes it too far, then that's when I'll start to block him. If he takes it too far, I just tell him to always be open-minded and always respect everyone's different opinions and point of view, perspective on things. And he just refused, and that, you know what, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine if you don't want to do that. If you don't really care how I feel, you don't care about my feelings. That's completely fine. And I'm just going, and I'm just going to give my opinion about that. I just do not like it when like certain people hurt my feelings. I just do not like it when like certain people hurt my feelings. If certain people hurt my feelings, of course I'm gonna feel some type of way about it. And I will stand up for myself online. I'm not gonna lie, I will not do it on person in real life because I'm not gonna lie. And I do have that fear of like standing up for myself. In real life though, so I wouldn't actually do it in real life. I mean, I kind of do. I do kind of do. Sometimes when I get fed up, you know. But I don't do it all the time. That's the thing. If that makes sense. Yeah, I just do not understand him, man. I just feel like he's the one that and that wanted to start trouble with me first. And talking crap about me and also my good friend Ballistic Hockey Boy, but I know Ballistic. Sorry, I meant to say Ballistic Coffee Boy, my bad. Ballistic Coffee Boy, I know he gave me some advice to just ignore him, you know. And that is true, and I do agree with like certain people's advice and the ones that are mean towards you, be so hateful towards you. I do agree with like certain people's advice and that do say just and to just ignore them because and the reason why that they're being mean to you is because they're not happy about their like home life, and that's the reason why that they want to be so hateful towards you and belittle you and label you and shame you for just doing what like make you happy, you know. He was basically shaming me for like doing what like makes me happy. He was just shaming me for just doing what makes me happy. You know what that was? And just having purchase on certain people and letting them know. And I get labeled as a creep for that. Really? And just because I purchase on certain people, it was so wrong with that. I'm not the only one that had purchase on certain people. How is that not normal, natural at all? But it's not to certain people. But what may be normal to some of us people, it may not be normal to certain people. And there'll be some people that will accept you for who you are. There'll be some people that won't. It is what it is, though. And this is exactly what I mean. I get labeled as the bad guy, even though I'm not, though. It's crazy to me that certain people and they would just go out of their way just to be just to start trouble, just to be disrespectful toward you. He also threatened to and just to expose me by him calling me a creep and this and that. Make another video about me. I'm like, oh boy. I mean, at this point, I don't really care anymore. I mean, it's just like I said, you just do what you have to do, man. And I'm just gonna stay true to myself. I'm not gonna be someone that I'm not it's just to please somebody. I'm not doing that. The truth is, I did nothing wrong, like I said. If you think I did something wrong, then well, that's you. You do you and I'll do me. I also try to explain that to him, like, to always be open-minded, do not be close-minded and disrespectful. I think he was when I was being disrespectful towards me and trying to switch it around, make it seem like I'm the bad person here, even though I'm not. Yep. But that's what happens. Oh, but that's what happens, though. Just like I said, some of us will get accepted for who we are, and some of us won't. It is what it is, though. And this level right here reminds me of a Super Mario Brothers level. I'm like one of those castle levels that I played back in the day. It reminds me of that with this fire level here. And I love that this level is inspired by that too. Yep. Albo America. He also threatened to like expose me. Well, that's the thing. He started it first, though. That's why he shouldn't have started calling me a creep and stuff. But that's the thing. But certain people and they will label you as this and that, and they will shame you for like just for like being who you are, though. And he's probably gonna try to twist it around and make it seem like I'm a bad person, even though I'm not. And he labeled me as a creep as well, even though. Oh, this must be the boss level. And he might end up. He also might end up making another video about me, so I just have a feeling. boss level is very hard. I don't know how I'm gonna beat this one. This is tough. How am I supposed to beat this boss? Oh, that's how you get him. Okay. What? I was not expecting that. Yes, I got him. Yeah, it is what it is, though. I'm just gonna have to just ignore him. Yeah, I'm just gonna. At this point, because ooh, I like this level too. This level looks beautiful. And I just realized that in the background, in the background, over there, it reminds me of like it reminds me of the Super Mario World, and also blend in with the snow level. Yeah, the background also reminds me of like, you know. Oh yeah, but I do think, and I do think, Atari should acquire Coleco, who used to make the colecovision back in the day. I think Atari should acquire them next, and since that Atari acquired Intellivision, I think they should acquire Coleco next. I think that would be awesome if they did that. It's really hard to avoid that. I don't know how they expect me to avoid that. The levels just keep getting harder and harder every time I progress. That's the thing, bro. Yeah. And I guess he can put me down all he wants and expose me if he wants, but the thing is, it is not going to stop me from being my real true self. Yeah, I'm talking about our boy America. If he wants to expose me, that's his YouTube channel. Man. If he wants to expose me, then fine. After I specifically told him to always be kind and respectful, he's probably going to turn this all around and make me look like the bad guy, even though I'm not. I bet you that's exactly what's going to happen, man. Not that absolutely nothing wrong, and he wants to label me as the bad guy, though. Oh well, it is what it is. But what can you do, you know? What can you do? And that background right there, it does remind me of Super Mario World. It's actually inspired by Super Mario World. You can tell. Yeah, that background right there. Oh yeah, and it also kind of reminds me of Sonic Advance 2 as well, a bit. And yeah, it does. And with this level that I played on Sonic Advance 2, back in the day, on the Game Boy Advance, yeah, it reminds me of that level as well. Yep. Just like I said, you're gonna run into certain people that are gonna accept you for who you are, and certain people that won't. And some people, and some folks they just call them fake friends, and you're gonna run into ones that are fake friends and some ones that are real friends. Well, they also get labeled as narcissism too, narcissists, but I bet you he's probably gonna turn this all around and make it seem like I'm the bad guy, even though I'm not, though. You don't even hardly know anything about me like that. He's already labeled me as a creep. I'm like, alright. Alright, so that's how it's gonna be? Alright. He's also threatened to expose me as well, just like I said. I'm like, okay. Hey, if that's what you want to do, fine. Well, no one's gonna stop you if that's what you want to do. And that just shows that you do not accept me for who I am. And for being my true self, you just want me to be someone that I'm not, and you just rather me do things and that just make me unhappy, and I'm not doing that. I'd rather stay true to myself. You can't set me for you can't set me for me. Then it is what it is, though. I don't know what to tell you, but and that's the reason why I said what I said, though, because and that's the thing. He the one that and that started the and that started it first by being mean to me and calling me a creep, which I don't really appreciate, but I think and I also realized that I should have just ignored it, period, and not listen to. You know what I just. You know what I could have done? I could have just ignored it. Well, that's what I could have done. I guess I can stop it from here. Alright, and that's all I wanted to share with you guys for now. And I'll try to do the rest of this game off camera. Oh yeah, that one person that commented me on the video. I know he said in this game is not innovative and and stuff like that. But but that's the thing. I disagree with that because in this game does look innovative to me and fun. And this game is like a 10 out of 10 for me. That's the reason why I give it 10 out of 10, because it is innovative to me. Though, and yeah, well, it is to me. If it's not to you, that's fine. And that one person that actually commented me on part 1 of this video. Yeah. And this is going to be the last video of me playing this game. And that's all I wanted to share with you guys for now. And I will share myself playing me another game that I purchased on my Atari VCS this Friday. Yep, and that's all I wanted to share with you guys for now. Goodbye for now. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to say one thing. Albo America. He talked about my hair, but that's the thing. And I love and embrace my hair for what it is. I'm not ashamed of it at all, though. But I know the majority of people are ashamed of it. I'm not. And I always loved and embrace my hair for what it is, though. And I always loved nappy hair. Yeah, I think nappy is underrated. And just like I said on one of my videos, he also shamed me for that too. Like when he made a video on me today. But it is what it is, though. I love nappy hair. I know a lot of people don't, but. And that's fun. And my dad doesn't really like nappy hair. A lot of people don't, and the majority of people they don't like nappy hair. They just think, oh, that's bad hair. And it's not to me. I think that's good hair to me. But that's just me. Yeah, and that's all I wanted to share with you guys for now. And he said he threatened to. He also said he wanted to. I need to get a haircut. Yeah, he was just roasting me hard, man. I need to get a haircut because this and that. Yeah, he was talking a lot of crap and smack about me, but it is what it is, though. Just like I said. Yeah. This is why, and this is the reason why I lost respect for like, and I lost respect for like, well, albo America, and that's the reason why I lost respect for him, because he's the one that was being disrespectful towards me. He started it first. You know, it didn't have to be that way, though. But at the same time, and just like I said, but I could have just and ignored it when he called me a creep. But I didn't, though. And the reason why I didn't, I didn't because I feel like he was taking it too far, and I just feel like, and I just had to just and just I'm staying up for myself. But this time, but I just think it's just best to just and ignore him at this point. If he wants to continue to be disrespectful and close-minded towards me, yeah. And that's the only thing I can do. If he wants to expose me, fine. But just like I said, I didn't do anything wrong at all. All you're gonna do is turn this around and he keeps labeling me as creep, this and that. Yeah, that's what I want to share and say for now, you guys. Goodbye for now. Oh, hey you guys. And I forgot to say one more thing. I'm not gonna stoop to albo America. I'm not gonna stoop to his level. That's the reason why I said I'm just gonna ignore him this time, because dope. But you're always gonna bump into close-minded, disrespectful ones out there that are close-minded and just wanna start trouble, talking a lot of crap about you. And just say certain things about you that are not true though. But he labeled me as a creep. I'm not. I don't see myself as a creep. If you do, that's fine. But I'm just not gonna stoop to his level at this point, because yeah. This is the reason why. And I kind of lost respect for him as well. And that's the only thing I forgot to say. Okay, that's all I wanted to share with you. That's all I wanted to say and share with you guys for now. Goodbye for now. And the reason why I'm not gonna stoop to this level, because I know I'm better than that. I'm not gonna do it though. I mean, because just like I said, some of us because just like I said, and everybody has haters. Everybody does. And oh yeah, and he also labeled me as a troll. And that's kind of funny because I'm not even a troll. I'm trying to make it clear to him to always respect everybody's opinions and also perspective, and also free will if some people want to have crushes on certain people. And I feel like he wasn't doing that. He was being disrespectful. And he wants to turn this around on me and make it seem like I'm the bad person when I'm not. And that's the reason why I said what I said I was going to block him, because of course I'm threatening him because I'm standing up for myself. And I have every right to do that. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you guys for now. And say goodbye for now. Oh yeah. Sorry guys. I forgot to also say that. And I do resonate with like certain people that said and don't ever let anyone and don't ever let anyone and do not let anybody or anyone take your power away. And just do whatever makes you happy. Yep. And that's the reason why it's just best to just. And that's the reason why I also agree with the advice to just ignore the and the ones that actually just wants to and that just wants to put you down, of course. And that also wants to shame you too, and I do resonate with like some folks, and I also be saying to take your power back, of course. Yeah, I do resonate with like most folks that also say to take your power back, of course. And yep, and don't never ever let anyone take your power away. Yep, and that's all I wanted to share with you guys for now. Goodbye for now.